So tomatoes are growing strongly now, last few days of May. A string is now hanging down from a wire that runs the full length of the tunnel, and this I'm going to attach loosely to the bottom of the plant, leaving plenty of room so that I can wind the plant round the string, or wind the string round the plant, whatever is easier. The plant needs support, but I prefer to do this with string rather than with a cane. Either is fine. It's whatever you've got room for or whatever you've got to hand. They're quite solid at the moment. They're only about 30 centimeters high. They don't really need support yet. It looks like a bit of a tangle, and that's because I've left it for this moment. With these tomatoes, which are going to grow up this stream to the top of the tunnel before I pinch the growing tip out and stop the growth round about the middle of September. With these tomatoes, all the side shoots, the shoots that appear between leaf and main stem at the juncture that we call the node, all these side shoots have to be pinched out. Now, this will not interrupt the fruiting of the plant. The fruit on the tomato plant appears on a little fruiting cluster between nodes. So on the main stem, between the nodes, comes the fruit. So you have to pinch out all these side shoots. And this I think we can demonstrate here. So the main growing point of the plant is there, and just below it is a node where there's a side shoot. I'm going to pinch that side shoot out. That is a side shoot. Now that I'm going to put down for the moment on the soil, and here is another one which must go, and there between nodes is the little fruiting cluster with 3 little yellow flowers. So by pinching out my side shoots, I haven't caused any trouble. Now, this does not get discarded to the compost heap or left on the soil surface to rot down. This can become another tomato plant. And if you don't have enough, and with our lovely long extensive autumns these days, you think you can get some more tomatoes going, this is how to do it. It's too late to sow seed. We're now at the very end of May. It's not going to work to grow plants from seed, but you can make another plant from this. All I've done is nip it out from its node. I'm going to reduce the size of the leaves to prevent water loss by just pinching them off, putting them on the ground. But I've got a lovely long stem like that, and having prepared this earlier, this is a pot of compost, of just ordinary multi-purpose compost. I firmed it down. I've made a hole with my dibber, but I didn't bring the dibber. I did bring the dibber with me. I've made a hole with the dibber, and I'm quite simply going to insert that little cutting into the compost, firm it down, and keep it well watered. And within a week to 10 days, that will have rooted, and you'll have another plant. And further 10 days after that, it will have filled the pot with roots, and you can plant it out. So it's a good way to increase your tomato stock by taking tomato cuttings. If your first seed sowing venture wasn't successful, or you've got room for more plants. So it's a good thing to do that. Got to keep it well watered, and you can have it in full direct sunlight on a windowsill, in a tunnel, in a glass house, perfect way. So then that brings us back to the plant. We're taking out the side shoots right from the very bottom, and we're going to train it up round the string, and that plant is in pretty good shape now, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And every week, now that they've set flowers, every week now I'm going to feed them. I'm going to give them a liquid feed of comfrey. Now we've seen how that's done. Fill our dustbin full of comfrey, packed to the top, fill that with water, leave it for 10 days, and then mixed 50-50 with water. I'm going to feed these once a week. because tomatoes like potash and comfrey's full of potash. So that's what there is to know about tomatoes at the moment. How to increase the stock, how to train them up, and how to pinch them up, how to pinch out the side shoots and not interfere with the fruit.